Today I'm going to be going over the Sony a7 Mark II new firmware upgrade. The firmware upgrade came out on the 18th of November and it added a few features. One of them was uncompressed RAW, and the other big one was face detection autofocus with non-native lenses. The firmware was released. That was the reason I decided to switch over to Sony, because I had lots of Canon lenses, and previously I was shooting with a Canon 550D or T2i, and I had been wanting to move over to the mirrorless system, but the autofocus speed was too slow up until now. Now the a7R Mark II already had this enabled, but the a7 Mark II, the cheaper model, now has this as well. So I just thought I'd make a video now to show how the Canon lenses perform after this new update. I'm using a commlite lens adapter, and in this shot here I've currently got the Canon 17 to 40mm lens on it. And as you can see, the autofocus speed is nice and quick. The face detection area doesn't take up the whole frame. There's a box you can spot in the center with the rounded corners, and that's the area that the face detection actually works. Now I'm just putting on the Canon 50mm 1.4 here. This lens doesn't actually work with this face detection system. It's either the firmware or the adapter or the lens, I'm not sure which exactly, but it just sort of phases in and out trying to find focus, but it doesn't actually work. I'm just switching over here to the contrast detection mode, which still works fine. It's just a bit slow with the Canon lenses, so I tend to use this lens on manual focus mode with focus peaking. Now I'm putting on a few crop sensor lenses. So this is the Sigma 30mm 1.4. It does a bit of phasing as well when I'm on full frame mode, which I wouldn't use it in that mode anyway because there's heavy vignetting on the edges. So now I'm going to switch over to the ASPC mode, which is the crop sensor mode. Now in this mode the lens works well, and also to keep in mind, when you're in crop sensor mode the face detection area is larger in the frame, but that's because also the megapixels are smaller. Another crop sensor lens, which is the 55 to 250mm. This lens works great as well. I use this lens for getting wildlife shots or stuff like that. I switch over to crop sensor mode and I can get a good zoom. Again, the full frame mode with this lens wouldn't work either because of the vignetting. 10 to 22mm Canon lens, a wide angle lens. This lens is fast as well, just as fast as my Canon really. I'm just switching over to the full frame mode just to show the vignetting with this kind of lens. See, it's very heavy, you can see the circle around it, so it's not really usable in full frame mode. Now overall, I think the firmware is great, because that was the main reason I decided to purchase the camera in the first place, was so I can use all my Canon lenses on it, and so far so good really. Sometimes it struggles to find focus in low light areas, but for the most part it's been great for me so far, and I will be putting up a few more videos soon. Thanks for watching.